talking about the Strike Pro Redfin Jig, or as they're known in other parts of the world, ice jigs. These were originally designed for fishing in the ice. Now in Australia we found that these have actually been very, very effective on our redfin perch, or English perch, but also suitable for the bass anglers fishing the impoundments of northern New South Wales and southern Queensland. They're great in particular where you're fishing around timber structure, where you're actually vertically jigging these against the structure. They use them in the bass though when they're finding fish schooled up deeper down, and they'll actually vertically jig these into those schools that are holding mid-water or towards the bottom in the deeper impoundments. So let's show you how it works. Basically all we will be doing is, if we're in a boat, we'd sound the school of fish, I'd just open up the bail and I'd vertically drop this down. Drop it all the way to the bottom. As soon as the braid goes slack, you'll see it go slack, you know that the lure's hit the bottom. I'm going to pick the slack up. All I'm simply going to do is just lift it in a very small hop, and when you hop it, as I said and explained before, they're designed for fishing in ice. So what it actually does is each time you hop it, it goes around in a circular motion, basically anti-clockwise. So as I jig this, I'm not forcing it, the jig itself will go around in a circular motion. You're generally going to fish them in waters more than 5 metres, so it's not something you're going to be using in shallower water. They are quite heavy, they weigh 23 gram. You only need to lift the rod tip 1.5 inches, 2 inches maximum. A lot of guys have a tendency they rip it 5 and 6 inches. You don't need to do that, it just needs to be very small hops, and let it sit on the bottom. Once you get that hop and it sits, let it sit for a second or two before you do another hop, because again a lot of times it'll hop, it'll lift up in the water. The redfin or the bass, they'll see it, they'll come over and investigate it, and if you go and hop too quickly, a lot of time it'll push the fish off, whereas if you let it sit there, they'll actually come and just pick it up off the bottom and hit it. And when you go to lift, you'll feel the weight, bang, you're already on. That was the Strike Pro Redfin Jig. A fantastic lure, in particular for redfin and bass, a must-have in any of those anglers' tackle boxes.